We did not get a Dak Prescott contract extension for the program. Now the highest paid player in NFL history, $240 million extension. $231 million of that is guaranteed. That's $199 million of it walking into the stadium. Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. It's not like they didn't have training camp or anything. Gain of 34, great catch. Lamb, 5 receptions, 61 yards. He also just got paid. You wonder if the contract discussions being over will let the Cowboys just play free and loose. Brandon Cooks, he was free and loose there. Cowboys take a 7-3 lead. Under a minute left, first quarter. Same score. Let's just say Deshaun Watson's performance today. Micah Parsons. The defense for Dallas, perhaps the biggest story in the addition of the return of Ezekiel Elliott. Cowboys lead 20-3, third quarter. Browns punting from their own 11. And Kevontae Turpin fields it at the 40. Plants the foot, finds the crease, get a block, gone. 60-yard punt return for Turpin. Cowboys lead 27-3. Browns fans are like, what?
Oh, no.
Get used to it, son. There's been 39 quarterbacks since you've had an established starter. They thought Deshaun would be it. Cowboys defense totaled 6 sacks and 2 interceptions. Beat down at the dog pound, 33-17.
Excellent win, especially going on the road, coming up here with a great football environment. You felt good about your prep coming into it. I thought we started the first half. Thought we played well. Did little things. Second half was sloppy. Good win. Anytime you win by 3 scores, and you have a lot to correct. So that's where we're at. But we talked about being a better road team, and we got off to a good start.
Great team win. Great team effort. We can be better on offense. Defense did a hell of a job. Exciting start, though, super exciting start on the road, a place that we weren't very, very good in last year against a team that was great at home last year. Last year, but to turn the page and to start this year the way we did was huge.
Really disappointed in our performance, too sloppy, -2 in the turnover battle, gave up a punt return. Offensively, felt like we were behind the chains the vast majority of the game, which is, again, not good enough and not how we need to play in order to win football games. Now, that's all the bad news. The good news is we have a game next week down in Jacksonville, and we have to get back at it. We got to look at the tape. We have to own it. We got to figure out ways to do better. But there's a lot that was not good enough. And, again, that's me. That's our coaches. We will get it fixed.
How hard you work to get back. Does this sway your confidence at all, having a performance like this, or are you still kind of...
Hell no. I'm always be Deshaun Watson, regardless of whoever else say otherwise, So, you're going to have days like this. We all have days like this when you're playing this type of game, and that's just part of what comes with it. It comes with the territory. And especially in my position, much is given, much is required. So, you gotta add a little bit more to whatever it is. We didn't have enough this week, and we got to make sure we have enough next week to get back on the right page.
All right, Coach Herm Edwards here with us on SportsCenter. Coach, you just heard from Deshaun. He says his confidence isn't swayed. There's a lot that they've got to figure out, though, and we saw how good that defense was going up against him. But what was wrong with him tonight?
He looked like a quarterback, deer in headlights. It was almost, the game was almost like too big for him. I was surprised, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I thought going into this game, they're playing at home. They're playing against a Dallas Cowboy team that basically can't run the football because they didn't acquire a runner. Ezekiel Elliott's not the same guy he was, and Dallas beat him in all 3 phases. And Deshaun Watson, when you look at what he did today, turned the ball over, he didn't look poised at all in this game. He looked like a rookie quarterback. And now he's got to fix it. He owned it. He said this is one game, which is correct, it's one game, but you cannot let this continue to look like this or they're going to be in trouble.
6 sacks, 2 interceptions for him today. He was in a ton of trouble. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Dak Prescott got paid this morning, that 4-year extension. What impressed you the most about what you saw from Dak in this game?
Well, when you think about Dak, he had a really outstanding year last year. And he continued to show that this year and in this game. And I thought going into this game, They did a great job of really moving the pocket early. In other words, they rolled him out at times so he could get some quick throws. He always stayed ahead of the chains. He made a couple big throws when he needed to, but he was very poised in this game. He looked like the guy that they paid. You know, you just paid me, I'm going to show you why you paid me, right? And I thought the Dallas Cowboys, this was one of their better games. Playing against the #1 defense in the National Football League on the road, this was a big win for the Dallas Cowboys.
Did not look like the #1 defense
No.
today, now did it? Dak did look like he deserved that money and that extension. Coach hanging out with us all night here on SportsCenter. Matt? Trying to have himself a little bit of a field day, just 30 minutes from his hometown. Turned out to be his day in Pittsburgh's opener, but what kind of day would he have? Well, lots of back and forth the offseason. It ends up being Justin Fields when Russell Wilson is hurt, but challenging start for him. Fumble in the first drive, missed his first throw, went 17 of 23 for 156 yards. They won thanks to 6 field goals. Here's Mike Tomlin on the quarterback decision ahead.
It was very clear to you guys when I named Russ the starter how comfortable I was with both quarterbacks. And so if that is true, why not be really comfortable with playing Justin under the circumstances, with Russ being in less than ideal physical shape? And so that was the thought process. It wasn't a lot of discussion. Russ was very supportive today, and that was appreciated. But we went with Justin. Man, I'm glad we got 2 real capable quarterbacks, as I've mentioned before.
Coach, can you speak more about his resiliency throughout the game, talking about Justin Fields?
Man, Justin is, you know, as I've gotten to know him, man, he is a real steady Eddie, man. He's not overly talkative, man, but he's got a steady, strong demeanor. And just being in stadium with him, man, some of the things that I've seen through team development were confirmed. It's just good to be able to communicate with a guy when things get thick and you see the clear eyes. He's there. He's solid as a rock, and I think his play and thus our play is kind of reflective of that.
Did you look at this as another big opportunity to show the staff, hey, maybe I should be the starter if I go out?
I mean, to be honest, I'm not even worried about that. You know, I just came in wanting a win, and I'm glad that we're leaving here with a win. So in terms of who's starting, who's not, all I want to do is win at the end of the day. So, yeah, I'm really not even, you know, going to get into all of that, you know, who I want to start, At the end of the day, I came here to win, no matter if I was going to throw for 300 yards, 100 yards, no yards, like, I came in to win, so that's the only focus I had.
In the NFL, a win is a win is a win, and it's hard week 1 for a rookie quarterback to start, especially the top overall pick. That was the case for Caleb Williams. Bears defense led to the win. Caleb 14 of 23, just 93 yards, but he becomes the first top pick quarterback to win their opener since David Carr back in 2002, and he knows next week will hopefully be better.
Didn't perform the way that I wanted to. I missed a few passes that I normally don't miss, all of his other things. And so I think there's small things that always lead up to big things, make those moments and things like that a lot bigger. They make games a lot closer, just the small things, whether it's a pass play that I had to DeAndre Swift in the flat that I missed a little bit in front of him. Whether it's, missing DJ a little bit on that in route on the backside, a little bit right in front of him. All these small moments that happen throughout the game that, felt like I was in the right place, the right time, and I would say I was seeing it well, just missed and misfired and placing the ball where I wanted to. You complete a few of those. Dre down the sideline on the left sideline. They end up going cover 0. End up missing him on a different page and things like that. So I think that was the name of the game for today for the offense is just not being on the same page passing wise. And then, run game, we'll be better. Obviously, it's great to get this first win. We're all excited. We went into the locker room, celebrated. I sat down, enjoyed the moment. And just watching all the guys celebrate, understand that I need to be better, I will be better, and then, just taking in the first win. It's unbelievable.
All right, Herm Edwards back with us on SportsCenter. We just heard from #1 overall pick Caleb Williams there, and he said the word miss a lot because that was kind of the story of the game. You were shocked by his performance. Why?
I really was. I thought he would perform better than what we witnessed today. And I think going forward, hopefully he's learned a valuable lesson that this is the NFL. It's not college football. I thought when things got a little bit tough on him, he hurried his process. He didn't stay true to playing inside the pocket. He became the guy we had seen in college at times and wanted to freelance and move around some and try to make plays. And I think going forward, he's going to learn a lesson. This is the NFL, and everybody's good in the NFL. And he has a lot of talent. I think he'll get better. But this caught me by surprise, to be quite honest. I thought with him being the quarterback in Chicago now, with the offensive talent they have around him, that this would have looked a lot different. But I have to realize he's a rookie quarterback. 93
yards for the rookie quarterback, but a win nonetheless.
They won.
Starting things off the right way.
They're tied for first.
We'll see what happens next, Matt.
Yeah, and this was one of the surprises of the day in the NFL. Patriots and rookie head coach Jerod Mayo going to Cincinnati, upsetting Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Mayo, a linebacker, as a player, had to be proud of his defense that held Burrow and company in check. Just 224 yards in all. Jerod Mayo, he gets his first win in the NFL.
We're going to enjoy this one on the flight home and, get ready for next week. But very proud. My message to the players, they gave me the Gatorade shower and things like that. But, without them, I'm nothing. So, and I made sure they knew that. Like, they crossed the white lines. I always talk about empowering the players to go out there and play. I always talk about awareness really being the number one thing and those guys taking ownership. So, all the praise goes to those guys, and they did a great job.
I talked about no contracts talks. Don't ask me no questions. That's done by Friday, so no more questions with that. It's obvious, just turnovers, and we gotta get first downs and move the ball.
It didn't look like you were targeted much down the field. Is that an indication of you just not being in training camp and able to get that in the game plan, or you weren't able to, or was that just?
I don't know. You got to ask Zach on that. I don't know. I feel like we always start like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially the first game of the year. I feel like we should do better by now.
I leave his business to him. It's great to have him out there. I thought he played well.
Did you feel any limitations with the wrist at all? Were there some throws that were easier or harder to make or not normal?
No, I feel good.
Did you feel any impact of the time Chase missed and how that reflected with the offense today?
No, I wouldn't say that's accurate.
Why was the offense not on the same page or out of rhythm? How would you characterize that?
We'll have to watch the tape. I don't really have an answer for you right now. I'll have a better answer on Wednesday.
Burrow and Chase did not seem thrilled after the game, nor should they. The offense was not good. The Patriots get their win. Herm Edwards, I ask you, bigger surprise, Patriots winning or Bengals losing?
Patriots winning. I mean, this is a game, if you're the Cincinnati Bengals, in the last, 4 or 5 seasons, you've gotten off to slow starts. Their record is 1-5 on opening day. You're going on the road playing a team that you should beat, the Patriots. Yeah. New head coach, just everything's new there right now. And then you go there and lay an egg like that.
Well, no, they had it at home. They went home.
Excuse me, at home.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But I'm like, it was puzzling to me.
Yeah.
I was watching this, I was going, what's wrong with these guys?
How does this happen every year?
Well, here's preseason.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. When you don't participate, a lot of your stars don't participate in the preseason anymore. Mm-hmm. The first 2 games of the season are almost a wash. It doesn't matter what you did last year because guys are just trying to find their way. The game is sped up in the regular season. It's fast.
Yeah.
And when you haven't practiced and then played in games in the preseason, it catches up to you.
We saw some ugly all over the league today.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the Bengals. There were a lot of ugly. As you said, almost a de facto preseason game. Herm Edwards, thanks for your perspective.